everyone, and welcome to another episode of Integrity Matters by Turnitin. My name is Chooks, and with me in the house today is Dr. Sumit Narula. And today we're going to be exploring research integrity, the impact of cloned and predatory journals on academic integrity. Dr. Sumit, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about what you do and your area of research.
My name is Dr. Sumit Narula. I'm Deputy Dean Research, Publications and Citations at Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior, India. I did my PhD from Punjab University, Chandigarh in the year 2011. And after doing my PhD, I joined my career as a journalist with the Pioneer newspaper. Then I shifted to Amity University, Noida for 2 years. And then I shifted to Amity University, Gwalior in 2013. At present, I'm looking after the research and publication and citations of the Amity University, where we see that we always publish in good journals and quality journals. I'm also the director of Amity School of Communication here, where we teach students the nitty-gritty of a journalist and how to become a journalist, and where they can learn more and more things about the journalism career. We are also giving them the hands-on experience for their career in TVs as well as in newspapers. We are also having a center for detection of fake news and disinformation here in our university, where we teach our students that how they can catch fake news and disinformation and can tell the world that this is a fake news. Do not fall into the trap of that news. And my research area does not limit to a simple area. I'm specifically into the fake news detection and disinformation detection. I catch fake, predatory, and clone journals, and I take the workshops. And I have taken around 100 plus workshops from the last May 2020 when the lockdown came in various universities of India as well as the universities in Southeast Asia. So that's my main focus area where I work on the integrity issues.
Very well. That's a large portfolio. You're a really busy man. And thanks for joining us today.
Thank
I
you.
think you're right. The appropriate place to start this conversation is basically what is research integrity and why is this important?
Research integrity means to research in a specific way where you can have the four concepts. One is honesty, openness, genuineness, and rigor. So if you have these four things with you in research integrity, you are going to have good research with you. So research integrity always matters because people are doing research, but they're not understanding the integrity matter in that. You can publish anything, but does it have the integrity or does it have the results you want to show to the people? So it depends that you should do, what I would like to say, you should do research for the purpose of serving the society and for the purpose of giving something to the society, something new from your research. You do not do research because somebody has done research in a different area and you're also doing in that different area. But the integrity says that you should have some kind of honesty in that, something new you should provide to the world. Only then this can be called a research. Otherwise, it's just a similarity study that you are doing. If somebody is doing in some state in Australia and the same state in India, you just can have the comparison, but you need to have that introspection and a multidisciplinary kind of study, interdisciplinary, I would rather say, interdisciplinary kind of studies where you can work together with different countries, with different people, and in different scenarios, coming out with some of the issues of research integrity.
Excellent. I gather, and like you introduced, you currently at Amity. I'm just curious to understand, knowing that we're looking at cloned and predatory journals, what is Amity's approach to research integrity?
We are very, very strict about research integrity. We follow the UGC guidelines, which is the highest body here in India for the research integrity. They have recently started a paper on research and publication ethics to be taught to all the PhD students around India. We are also teaching that research paper. In that research paper, everything is related to research and publication ethics. And we teach them that it is of 2 credits. So one thing which we are doing in Amity University. The second is we are very, very clear about our approach against the predatory as well as clone journals. We do not give any credit, any degree or anything or any marks to anybody for their placements, for their promotions or for their degree if they have published, the students as well as the faculties, in the predatory as well as the clone journal. It's a big menace and we are after this menace. We will not let this happen to almost all the universities in India. But yes, in Amity, we are very, very strict and it matters a lot to us that we follow the research integrity means to be followed by world-class and international universities. We keep on following the norms which are there and we keep on updating ourselves. And I keep on taking the workshops of the faculties and the students all around India as well as for my faculties, where I apprise them of the new things which are coming up, new ideas which are coming up in the area of research integrity and how to maintain that research integrity in our campus is our main aim. is a very big thing for us.
Oh, excellent. So it looks like Amity is very strict on research integrity. And as part of your introduction, you talked about fake news. You're into the fake news detection process. What are some other issues you would find with regards to research integrity in, let's say, the Indian context?
So Indian context, research integrity was poor earlier, but it's not now because after the introduction of this subject to everybody, every PhD student has to go for this subject, and that subject opens a wide gambit of knowledge to them, and they now know the consequences of doing a wrong research or using the plagiarism or publishing in predatory and or in clone journal. So the situation is changing a lot. There are other big bodies in India also like AICT and other uh, uh, big bodies which are doing the work in this area, and people are now getting more and more awareness in this category. And talking about the university, we are doing everything to stop this menace. And yes, the consequences are bad, and students are being told. And wherever I go for any kind of awareness workshop, I tell them about the consequences of publishing with them. So yes, these impact factors, this impact in publishing in these journals is very bad on academic career.
I think it was slightly alluded to or responded to my next question, which is trying to draw light on the concept of cloned and predatory journals. What does this actually mean, and how is this done? And most importantly, how does this impact academic integrity?
So clone journal are basically the mirror image of the original journal. You think that that's the original journal, but that's not the original journal. It's a clone journal of that original journal. So, for example, there is a journal named Antalya, which is published from Turkey. Adalia. It is published from Turkey, Antalya. So, if you go to the website of that journal, Adalia, you will think that this is the original website. But if you explore more, there are many errors on that website.
Mm.
You will not have any contact details. You will not have any clear editorial details. You will see that this is a monthly journal, which is not a monthly journal. Then you will see that they are publishing all kind of research papers out of the purview. You cannot have a multidisciplinary journal. Then lot many others, they will give you fake impact factor also and many more wrong information. So this is a doubtful website now. So where is the original website? They will use the logo of Web of Science or Elsewhere or any other bigger agency. You will go to that database, and then you go to that database, you put the name of that journal, and that database will give you the original website of that journal. So that journal's website is in Turkey, published in Turkish language, but somebody made the original mirror cloned website of that journal and send it to the people for publishing their papers. People do not check that the originality. They think that this website has all the information, including the logos of the databases. They fell into the trap. They pay them some money also, some in thousands. And then when they ask the database agency to show their original paper, the database agency tells them that this was not the original journal. The original journal is in Turkey and publishing in Turkish language from Turkey. You publish in a cloned journal, and then your research is lost, your name is gone, and your university's name is also reputation is also lost, because your university's reputation is also you are also the stakeholder of your university reputation. And when you see your name and your university's name on a cloned journal, and when somebody complains about it, then it is very difficult, because everybody leaves some kind of digital footprints. You just cannot remove your papers from these clone journals, and these clone journals will never reply to any of your query. They will just send you the email that there's a call for paper, and they will not check plagiarism. They will not check fabrication or falsification. Whatever you send to them, they will publish it in 24 hours or maximum 48 hours.
Wow.
So it's a very big menace, and not many researchers, I think around thousands of researchers are being trapped by them basically from Southeast Asian countries, including India, not the European ones. They're quite clear that they're not into the trap. They are into the trap of predatory, but cloned is a kind of cyber phishing of academics.
Hmm. Wow, I've only known about this as a concept, and this is the first time I'm actually seeing or hearing the depth of it, especially in the Southeast Asian or South Asian countries, like you mentioned. So, as an expert, and mentioning that you also have been, or you're also involved in detecting fake news, what are some tips, some strategies that you can share with academics who might be watching this, or even with institutions that will help limit the impact of these cloned and predatory journals um, on academic integrity in the schools?
So if you're publishing in a clone journal, obviously once you're caught, your academic integrity is gone and you will not fetch anything in your academic career because there is a blot on your academic career while publishing in a clone journal. So now how to catch a clone journal? I just told you there are 7 steps. I'll repeat them one by one. Just check the contact details, then go to the editorial board, then check the digital object identifier number of that journal, then see whether its journal is multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary, then go to the Scopus database or elsewhere or Clarivate database that where is it indexed, then see that what is the publishing time. It must be publishing in maximum 24 or 48 hours, and then see what kind of money is involved and how much money they're asking for. They have largely misused the concept of open access in research. In open access, where everything is open access, but somebody has to pay that money. So they misuse that concept of open access and ask people to pay them the money upfront. And then the last point, they will publish your research without checking anything. Just send them a useless paper and send them a even plagiarized paper. They will publish it as it is in 24 hours after
Whoa.
giving them the money. So these
Wow.
are 7, 8 exercises that you can do, and you can easily catch the clone journals on their own. So they are not faster than you. They are not intelligent than you. They are just fooling you because you are in a hurry to publish. Do not hurry in your publish. Take a deep breath before sending your research to a journal, and then explore more about that journal and see what kind of paper that journal is publishing. So that journal cannot fool you until unless you're ready to get fooled. So everything is with you. The control should be with you.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that. I think anyone who's watching this is going to find that really intriguing and want to start adding that to the suite of skills or lessons for their students. Now, let's move a little bit further in terms of these are practical tips you can do without any form of technology. How will educational technologies inform this process of improving academic integrity for institutions?
So academic integrity is getting a lot of change because of the new softwares. Many softwares are there to help us to teach us the students. At present, also we are using a software and we are remotely sitting. You are in Australia, I'm in India. So these kind of things are there, and these softwares also allow us to do some things on the integrity. If somebody is using somebody else's material, it is going to be highlighted. If you go to PowerPoint and if you put somebody or Wikipedia's material into PowerPoint, it is into a different color that you understand that this has been taken from Wikipedia or somewhere else. So every software is developing itself in the area of research integrity, and but we tell our students this is now being taught in schools to understand what is research integrity and do not fall into the trap of plagiarism and republishing without giving the citations or republishing without giving the references. So it is a big task, and technology is playing a very important role, and every software is doing their bit. So it depends upon the software industry, also the software industry which is in education, that they should give new and new experiments and give teachers more and more power and students more and more power to do good in research, and so that we can also check them. If there is any integrity issue, that should be told at that point only. We should not wait for the project to complete and then tell. If he has sent you the first chapter, if there is an integrity issue related to research, you should tell them on the chapter after the first chapter only. That is very, very important. Otherwise, once he comes to you after completing the full project, he will not be able to correct all the mistakes that he has done throughout the research journey. So that is very, very important. And softwares, yes, they play a very, very important role. And the next generation will be playing with softwares only. And we have seen this in pandemic also, that
Yeah.
everywhere there is a usage of software. New and new softwares are coming into the market. New and new video makers are coming into the market. So everywhere there is a need of more research. And yes, integrity is a topic which will always be staying with us. It's an age-long all topic, and it is your own conscious also, that how much conscious you are about the research integrity and how much you want to work and how much you want to make your career a good career, an academic career, uh, depends upon research integrity, and that's the main focus.
Excellent. My next question is how can academics model integrity in research, and how does this support learners in becoming citizens of integrity?
Yeah, to become the citizens of integrity, yes, the model is required, and the model has to be framed by the faculties and the students as well. They have to sit together and go for that. That why this research integrity is a very important part in their lives, and how we can utilize this model after making a model where everybody is involved, all the stakeholders are involved, and then you can utilize this. So citizens of research integrity are there, but they don't know. So we have to tell them also that now, after becoming citizen of a particular country, you're also the citizen of research as well as integrity. So they think that research is something else, integrity is something else. So if they join these two words, then only they can focus on research integrity as a full word because they think that they are doing research and they can do anything in research. They can cut, copy, paste, or they can use anybody else's material. But once they're speaking about integrity, they think that the integrity is about nation building or something like that. So we have to tell them that these things are connected. A nation cannot be built if you do not have the research integrity with you. So research integrity plays a very, very important part. A model has to be developed. We had a model in our university where I sit with my students and we try to discuss all the topics together where there is something new which is coming out. And I specifically tell them that there are consequences of following a wrong thing or going for plagiarism or going for falsified or fabricated data in your research because it can be caught by the softwares and then it is the consequences are really very bad. So we should not be giving them the what do you say? They should not be afraid of opening up to us. It should be open communication. The consequences should be told also.
Hmm.
It's not that they're just kids. We should not tell them that what are the consequences, but yes, we should tell them that you will not have these consequences because you are the citizens of research integrity and you're not going to do it because you are with us. And we are proud of the fact that we know everything about research integrity as of now. So we have to motivate them so that a model can be generated with the help of faculties, students, and the higher authorities of the universities and stakeholders. So when these four people will sit together, a model will come out, and that model will be a definite model helping us making the students the citizens of research integrity.
Thank you. What wrong and misleading impact factors ruin academic integrity, and how does this commonly happen?
Wrong impact factors are wrong. And why are they wrong? Because they use misleading practices. I'll just give you an example. A questionable journal, which is fake, cloned, or a predatory journal, will go to a wrong company of assigning impact factors, pays them some money, and tell them, give me a random value of 8.7, which could be the impact factor of a very, very big journal. It is very, very difficult to reach the level of 8.7 in social sciences as well as in management. In sciences, you can reach. So now that questionable journal will take that random value from that questionable company and put that on the website of that questionable journal. So now once we go as a researcher to that questionable journal, we don't know that it's a cloned or a predatory journal. And we see, okay, it has 8.7 impact factor. Let's publish with this journal. And they are sitting as predators, catching us only. And once we send them a paper, they will just publish a paper without checking anything and tell us, give us this much of amount. Your paper is now in 8.7 impact factor. We feel proud of the fact. We go to the universities, we go everywhere. And as and when it is being verified and checked, we cut a sorry figure because that impact factor, that company and that journal, all these three people are fake people. They are using dubious impact factor technologies with them. You cannot reach to 8.7. They assign you just a random value. You send them an email. We will say, we will pay you this much of amount. Give us 9.7. They will give you 9.7 next year. Then 10.7. So every year, they keep on increasing the random value given to you while taking money from you. And once the questionable journal earns a lot of money, the website is down. You cannot catch that questionable journal, and you cannot check the wrong and dubious impact factor company also. So these are the things that they are doing. They're hand in gloves with each other to ruin the academics of the world through this impact factor, because impact factor plays a very, very important role in somebody's life. If you're publishing in a very, very big journals and the impact factor is very high, you ought to get good research projects. You ought to have a good research life. You ought to have a good job in a developing country or in a developed country where people are doing a lot of research. So if you want to join there and you show them your paper will also be useless paper because the impact factor is wrong impact factor. Your university will also cut a sorry figure, and your academic career is also somehow ruined because you couldn't even check that what is the original impact factor and publish in a wrong journal and now adding that to your CV and sending to the people. And when somebody checks it, because I do the verification process of many of the universities in India, I get so many CVs and the people, when I do the verification, I feel bothered that what we are doing. People are submitting the papers to impact factor 15, which just cannot happen in that category. But he is
Wow.
naive. He doesn't know about it. And he's putting that on his CV and sending it to various universities for the job. So this is the impact factor. This is a whole gambit of culprit malpractices which are going on. And they are making easy money because people are naive and they're not much informed about this particular aspect of research integrity. This is hampering the research integrity because, again, you are just fooling the entire education system while publishing with the wrong impact factor journal. 8.7, 9.7, and at the end of the day, you think that you'll get jobs, you'll get increments, you will go to higher places, you will go to the conferences. And once you see yourself in mirror, then you stand nowhere.
Wow.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that is a big problem, and I must thank you for actually educating me today. This is one of those sessions where I've been informed, and my last question, just to bring this all together, is with what you know, what are your thoughts on how universities can begin to revisit the process of the academic integrity policies to inform better practices?
So universities are making policies. In our university also we have policies, and the awareness is very, very important. 4 points I will give you. I'll give you the solutions also. The first solution is we have to empower the research departments of the particular universities to take decisions and take matters in the hand when it is very, very important. Second, awareness campaigns are going on from our side. I would like to take more and more awareness campaigns where I will teach them hands on that how to catch these fake predatory clone journals as well as the impact factors. Third, we should give them awareness campaigns in catching fabricated research, falsified research, and plagiarism as well. We haven't discussed plagiarism. It is also a very, very big menace here in the developing countries where people think that they can plagiarize and they can get away with it. No, you can get away for 6 months or 5 months or even for 1 year, but someday or the other day you will get caught and then it will be very, very difficult for you. So the fourth point is to empower the libraries of the particular universities because library is the hub of research. Researchers are going to libraries. Nowadays, libraries are closed because of the pandemic, but even if they are going to the libraries, the librarians need to be given more and more information. They need to have more focus around the research journals because they can also catch the predatory journals. Librarians have an eye. They have a detailed eye. So if a librarian has a detailed eye, they can also catch the predatory journal and can stop the subscription of these journals. Right? So predatory journals are also a big menace. In predatory journals, what happens? They are different from clone. The websites are original, but again, there will be errors. There will be no contact details. There will be false data. They publish large number of research paper out of purview. So a couple of journals publish around 8,000 research papers in a year. Chuck, can you believe that? 8,000 papers in a year. So there are 365 days. You can multiply 30 papers. Around 30 papers they were publishing every day. And they were in the some databases. And because of they were in the databases, they were earning a lot of money. Now these journals are discontinued, but their data is still there in the databases, which is ruining the academics because as and when you go for the bibliometric analysis, that will come into your database as a citation. And once you give a reference to a wrong paper in your research, you might not get your paper published in a better journal because that references are also checked. So in research integrity, everything matters.
Hmm.
You publish in a wrong journal and somebody took your wrong research and publish that in a good journal. So he's also ruining his research. So this is a whole, the gambit is very, very big and it is hampering the growth. And this predatory journal is also a very, very big menace at present.
Excellent. Well, I'd like to say a big thank you to Dr. Sumit Narula from Amity Gwalior in India, and would like to say thank you for shedding light on the topic and research in integrity and the impact of clone and predatory journals on academic integrity. Has been an absolutely great session. Just listening to you and learning from your experience, and hopefully anyone who's watching this will be able to take this on board and begin to do better in terms of how we position our students for success. Thank you again.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you.